Let's take a look, Kaiser. Let's take a look deep into your darkness. What's up, guys? So here, and here we are to do a breakdown / live reaction and review to chapter 261 of Loco, which is known as Malice. And I'm very, very, very intrigued. It looks like we are getting more and more of that Kaiser backstory. You know, I'm loving the Kaiser backstory so far. And it's going to be interesting to see the birth of Malice. Truly dive into the darkness that is the divine emperor chosen by the heavens. So let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into it. Editing me, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do happen to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, you know what time it is. It's peak lock time, aka peak every week. So you know I gotta... Yeah, we pre-draw. Because this has been straight gas. Of course, you know the stipulation. If this chapter ends up being trash, that guy with the kitchen will become canon. I'll see. I highly doubt it. Once again, kind of sure Sensei has been on a straight roll. Even in the side manga, which had a chapter that I actually wasn't the biggest fan of, he was still cooking with gas. So let's see. I hear you took. Hold on. Let me get a nice, real deep voice. This is Ray Dark, which is apparently an Inazuma 11 reference. I've not read no Inazuma 11. Let's see. I hear you took down 7 police officers with a soccer ball. I just ended the fight they picked. That's good, kid. I'm traveling the world to scout unpolished lumps of soccer talent like you. Lumps of talent, huh? Sounds a little bit familiar. I know another coach who talks in that sort of lingo, that sort of rhetoric, huh? Lumps of talent, traveling the world, bringing them all together. Interesting, Radar. Are you the inspiration for Blue Lock? Is Kaiser really the first wildcard project? Hey, it looks like he got the tattoo all on his own. Or maybe it's a brand, I don't know. The other new Gen World 11 player that we see in Lorenzo also has a tattoo, but notably he was brought in by Snuffy, not by Ray Dark, and Say doesn't have a tattoo, so I don't know, maybe there's no pattern. Let's see. From now on, this is where you belong. First, pass the pro exam. Ray Dark looks so clean. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He looks saucy than a mug. The hair, the beard. Oh, one thing I do want to talk about though. People brought up the fact that this may actually just straight up be like one of Kaiser's relatives, like maybe his grandfather or uncle or something, just because of how similar they end up looking. And honestly, if that ends up being the case, I wouldn't even knock it. I wouldn't be mad at it, especially since we don't know Kaiser's mother's maiden name, because obviously he never had it, and he probably barely even knows his mom, and the manga has yet to say that. So if it ends up being Dark, I wouldn't be all too shocked, but I think Kaiser would recognize him, or at least be able to make the connection, unless Ray Dark is like a stage name or something like that. I think he'd notice. But still, that's an interesting idea. It didn't even cross my mind, despite how similar the two look, and they do have similar levels of drip. So I wouldn't lean with it, rock with it. I wouldn't be mad at it. But with it being the case, we see. I'll do whatever it takes to escape from that house. Hey, nice to meet you. You're Kaiser. We've heard about you. Oh, okay. These are people. Unlike me, people wanted them to be born. Oh, darn. Yeah, I mean, he's right. Well, to be fair, Kaiser, you don't know that. You don't know that. You'd be shocked, Kaiser. I don't know. But then again, he grew up so isolated. I wouldn't be shocked if he just had to immediately assume. Let's eat together. Here's yours. Hey, that tattoo is sick. Yeah. It's dope. Oh, so they genuinely tried to bond with Kaiser too. Oh, okay, that's sweet. I don't know how to receive goodwill. Oh, Kaiser's one of them. Man, yeah, so he's, you know, here's the thing. I mentioned this last chapter, and I'll mention it again. Kaiser growing up in a terrible environment explains how terrible of a person he is. He learned everything from his dad, and heck, technically even from his mom, even if his mom was never there. Mom popped him out and dipped. So abandoning, the choking, all that, it all explains Kaiser, but it doesn't excuse Kaiser. He's just a bad person. And I'll lean with and rock with that. He's just a bad dude. And of course, it's not entirely his fault. You're raised in negativity. All you know is negativity. You fall to negativity. You're going to keep seeking negativity without any sort of therapy or ability to seek positive reinforcement. You're going to fall back into old habits, and old habits in Kaiser's case are malice, hatred, violence, striking out. Like this makes sense, but ultimately, I think he does himself a disservice by perpetuating the cycle of negativity. Oh, there's a chapter title. It's way easier for me to live as a target of malice. No, it isn't. See, once again, he gets in his own way. And I think that's what's going to end up leading to Kaiser's downfall in the long run, unless he genuinely gets help or figures this out, or, I don't know, maybe gets everything taken away from him. That's stupid. You're playing on a team. Kaiser, you can't do things alone. Inside, this isn't a 1v1. You weren't boxing, Kaiser. You weren't kickboxing. You weren't in a 1v1. You're jumping people. Obviously, jumping on 11 people, so it's not really jumping. It's a 1v1. It technically is a 1v1. But in a grand scale, Kaiser, this is the stupidest thing you could do. Why would you do this on your first day? Stupid. But let's see. But I hear that soccer is a sport played by 11. So you know. You're just dumb. Let's see. And guys who are hated don't get passes. Yeah, you beat them up. Are you stupid? See, this is the thing. I don't know, dog. Kaiser, he just dumb. He just dumb for real, bro. What kind of backwards logic is that, bro? You who got in trouble for beating people up are going to now beat people up who are being cordial to you. Dog, even if you don't know how to accept kindness, because I know there are people like that. There are people who've grown up in so much negativity that they don't really understand like certain feelings. And there are people who even grew up in positivity but were gifted with negativity later in life and then struggled to figure out how to receive positivity. At least be neutral. Just don't be negative. Or like don't become malicious unprovoked. I'm not saying allow yourself to be walked over. I'm not saying allow yourself to be victimized, but like, dog, you can't do this. Let's see. If I'm going to succeed in this environment, I need the ability to fight on my own. Okay. So even if accidentally, and who knows, maybe Ray Dark was doing it accidentally too, it seems like Kaiser automatically started evolving the Blue Lock ideals all on his own. I need an overwhelming weapon, something that will clearly prove my existence, the ability to fight on one's own. I need to make an impact. That is all Blue Lock ideals. So even if Kaiser wasn't a like proto wild card, like I kind of was assuming he was, it looks like he did end up accidentally stumbling across the Blue Lock ideals all his own, and accidentally ended up embodying them, which is interesting. It goes to show that ultimately the core of a strong player and the core of a strong striker is the same no matter what. Because Kaiser still is a strong player. Don't sleep on him. He's a terrible person, but he's still a good player. So ultimately, ego is right. The understanding of oneself, the ability to fight on one's own, the ability to produce an overwhelming and consistent weapon, the ability to make an impact, that's always going to be needed, no matter what. Let's see. And rather than a conspiracy of goodwill, I need a dog who will submit to my... It's gonna be nice, ain't it? They charge right on past them. This guy is a good test subject. Dribbling, passing, imagination, all his abilities are above criticism. And above all, he's isolated. Yeah, so, wow, Kaiser's just a... If I'm going to erode his heart, now's the time. Hey, small fry, do you believe in the impossible? And so Michael Kaiser gradually started to understand his disposition. This feels good. Using victory to hurt people and warp them. I'll use malice to prove my existence. The being known as Michael Kaiser took great pleasure in eroding others' hearts and living inside them as a scar. Destroying people's dreams, rewriting their sense of values, becoming a symbol of impossibility that taught them true despair. He believed that was the ultimate destination, of the impulse that gave way its first cry in that moment. Doing so, he felt that bit by bit he had harvested a new despair. He became a little more human. At the same time, he would picture his father, who he hated so much. Oh, so he hurt me, just so he could maintain the feeling that he was alive. That's why, instead of saying thank you, he hit me every day. Instead of saying I love you, he called me a piece of garbage. I'm doing the same thing as that horrible father, except I'm trying to do it to the world's soccer players. What a terrible human. And so the boy dreamed of that one day he'd be the world's best. Wow. Yeah. He's just a bad person. He let himself be consumed by the negativity. Even when given a chance to escape, a chance to leave it all behind, the hands that wrapped around his throat since he was a boy never unclenched. You know? He never saw Ness as a true friend, as a true equal. He always just saw him as a tool. Someone to manipulate, someone to erode. Now, I'll be honest. I don't even want Kaiser to score. Okay, that's a lie. I do. I still like Kaiser a lot. I like him. I still think he's... In my opinion, Kaiser is Borrow, but one that I like more. Like, Borrow and Kaiser have the exact same mentality. They like crushing others, ruining their dreams, and having themselves be raised as the king or the emperor, the overwhelming presence. But Borrow's... While was born of one's own individuality and an understanding of their own superiority through years upon years upon years of dominance and years upon years upon years of being raised in the sport, Kaiser's is more malicious, innately, considering the title of the chapter. And I think with that, and fully establishing that no, he's just a bad dude, I think it's going to make his downfall all the more satisfying. And once again, I see the vision. You mark my words. There's going to be a point where Ness has the opportunity to pass to Kaiser or Isagi. And he's going to realize one peddles the impossible as a hypothetical, a dream that they could fulfill, that Ness can be a part of as long as they're a good little dog who obeys, a nice little ball that always comes back. But there's going to be a real magician on that field, a real person who creates the impossible, a person who will genuinely strike a chord with Ness in his heart. And Ness, whether it be subconsciously or consciously, finally breaking free of the bonds that chained him to Kaiser, Kaiser will truly lose everything. He will truly be alone. And then he'll realize he made a mistake. And then hopefully he'll come back all the stronger. But yeah, low-key I want Hattrick Sagi just to let Kaiser realize how wrong he is. Because he is. Once again, it explains, but it does not justify. Kaiser, you had no reason to perpetuate a cycle of hatred and bring down an actual human being for the sake of your sick plans, bro. You're disgusting. I love you. You're still top 3 character for me, but you're disgusting. Let's see. Ness, ooh, with the header, clean, right to Kaiser. Buddy, this is not your game, bro. Let's see. I won't miss again. I'm still 35 meters from the goal. Just barely too far to shoot. If I want 3, no, 5 more meters, then at that point, I'll stop. The ball, still so tepid. Don't stop, you idiot. Rin is coming. Too late. What a shame. He getting moved on like Bachiro right now. He's getting double teamed by 2 teenagers, bro. Kaiser, you really letting this slide, my G? Huh? You fools. everything I gained by winning. Nice one, Rinson! Ah, second ball is being stolen and destroyed. At this rate, Hey, Kaiser. You get it, right? This team isn't yours anymore. Kneel to me, you worthless clown. Just as Isagi promised, he would leave Kaiser not but a naked emperor, steeped in his own malice, having realized that he lost it all, when it never had to be that way. What a shame. Let's see. That's it, Kaiser. Fight with that ego. Evolution only happens in adversity. So Noah even knows. He's like, oh yeah, I know. You a bad person. Let's see how much you got with it. Let's see if you're gonna evolve or if you're going to stagnate. And so that's why Noah refuses to sub him out. Even though Kaiser is just effectively inefficient. He's trash right now. He's not that guy for real. Well, Noah sees the potential. The potential for something greater. Bored of adversity. So maybe Kaiser will score. Maybe. But I feel like I'll make a video on it. I'll make a video on Hat-Trick Sagi. And why I low-key think it kind of needs to happen for Kaiser and Isagi's sake. Because at this point, Kaiser doesn't deserve it. He really doesn't. I think Kaiser deserves a fate much worse. However, still a very W chapter. Wrapping up and focusing on the origin of Kaiser and really showing his mentality, his mindset, how he feels about other people, how he feels about himself, the role he's meant to play, and how he let himself be consumed by negativity, and how that negativity got in his own way all the way back here, forced him to evolve as an individual, only to fail to realize the potency of connection and the potency of interconnection. It's beautiful. And it all makes sense, because it all stems back to that house. To the father that never loved him. To the father that despised him and the mother that left him behind. But that doesn't make Kaiser a good person. It doesn't make Kaiser nice. All it does is explain Michael Kaiser, the divine emperor who's now being left behind. What a shame. However, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave Naked Emperor. Leave Naked Emperor in the comment section, considering he actually is naked. Naked Emperor in the comment section down below. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, you have to have a page down below where you can support me for as low as $1 to get things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can still now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks will include the live reactions, every other series I review, ad-free variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, you have a link to my Ko-Fi down below where you can drop 5 beans for a short video, 25 beans for a long video, or any donation to help a brother out. But now, thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dagger the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members: O'Connor Plays, Greyhound, At Kids Void, Astro, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, King Sukuna, NMA, Real Rare, Paris Arnold, and G Prosper. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 members: Super Gamer Q, Steron, Sean, Sammy, Oexian, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Josh Brown, and A+A. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $7 member, Autumn Mornings Lazo. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $10 members, Robbie Uchiha and Jay Warrior. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $10 patrons, Joaquin Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give a final gargantuan thank you to our $25 patron, Calvin Elder.